For us, and we are so happy to have you in the family. All right, more on the breaking news now in Washington, D.C. You heard Heather talking about this a moment ago. There has been a shooting at the Navy Yard in our nation's capital, southeastern Washington, D.C. We are still working information as to who was involved in this and whether or not that shooter is still active. There was a tweet sent up on behalf of the U.S. Navy only 9 minutes ago, and it said this: still an active shooter, more base police entering building, approximately 3,000 people work in that building, hashtag Navy Yard shooting. That is where we start our coverage on a breaking news story at our nation's capital. Welcome here. I'm Bill Hemmer. As we start a new week and we're sorting through the facts down there at the Navy Yard. How you doing, Martha?
Good morning, Bill. I'm doing well. Good morning, everybody. The latest on this active shooter at the Washington Navy Yard. This just coming through moments ago from Washington, from NNS. And we just want to caution everybody, this is a fast-moving story right now, so we're trying to put together the pieces accurately for you. There's confirmation that there has been one injury in this shooting so far. We know that emergency personnel are on the scene. There is a shelter-in-place order that has been given for the Navy Yard personnel there. The Naval Sea Systems Command headquarters is a workplace for about 3,000 people. It is a historic spot in our nation's capital. There's command staff there, the headquarters, the affiliated program executive offices are there, numerous field activities coming out of this location as well. It says, together we engineer, build, buy, and maintain ships, submarines, and combat systems that meet the fleet's current and future operational requirements. So obviously, this is a hub of activity for our Navy in our nation's capital, and they are confirming at least one injury so far this morning in this shooting.
Peter Doocy en route to the scene there. We'll bring Peter on here in a moment and try and ascertain what's happening down there. What Heather reported is that a man, described as a male, with a shotgun was inside the fourth-floor building. Which building, we do not know. But this is a sprawling complex in Washington, D.C., and this is what the Associated Press is bringing us now. D.C. police and the FBI say a report of a shooter inside a military building at the Washington Navy Yard. Police responding to shots fired. A spokeswoman for the FBI says there is at least one victim. And again, that was reported about 6 minutes before the hour. The U.S. Navy also confirming on Twitter, as we mentioned, that they are looking for a gunman. On the Washington Navy Yard website, it talks about the Navy's oldest shore establishment, home to the Chief of Naval Operations, and also home to the headquarters for the Naval Historical Center and numerous naval commands. On its Wikipedia page, it also talks about a former shipyard and ordnance plant that was run by the United States Navy in Southeast Washington, the oldest shore establishment, as confirmed again by the U.S. Navy on that fact for this structure.
We have a live shot now on the left-hand side of your screen. We're now looking at this facility at the Washington Navy Yard. We can also report to you that the active shooter was reported inside Naval Sea Systems Command Headquarters is the name of that building. Building 197 on the Washington Navy Yard. It happened at 8:20 this morning, just about 47 minutes ago. One confirmed injury. Emergency personnel are on scene, and there is a shelter-in-place order that has been issued, as we said, for the Navy Yard personnel there. So obviously, this is a breaking news situation as we continue to watch this. WJLA bringing in these pictures to us that you see now on your screen.
On a Monday morning at 8:30 a.m., you wonder how many people would have been there and who would have been there doing various naval duties or getting ready for the week or continuing activities from over the weekend. That is unclear at the moment, but when Peter gets up here in a moment, we might be able to update you on that. But this is what we're watching now in real time. Washington, D.C. police, the MPD, and the FBI say there's a report of a shooter still inside this Washington Navy Yard. As we split the screen on the left side, the parking lot in the near ground, the building in the background, we would assume that would be the building in question, but again, that's just an assumption we're making looking at the picture here. U.S. Navy reporting on Twitter that they are on the lookout for a gunman somewhere on this campus, southeastern Washington, about 2 miles from the U.S. Capitol building.
So we're taking a look at the live shot that you see on the left-hand side of your screen, where this is